I'm Mark Allen Muir, visiting with Chris Smith, the superintendent of Slaton ISD, about a new program that Chris has been working on for several years right now, a very exciting program called the Early College High School Program. Good afternoon, Chris.
Hey, Mark, thanks a lot for having me on and giving me an opportunity to inform some folks about some exciting news here in Slaton ISD.
Well, you had shared a little bit of this to the Lions Club a couple of days ago about the early college high school program, and boy, I got real excited about it. I see a lot of opportunity and a lot of potential here. I'll just let you lay right into it and get after it and tell us a little bit about it.
All right, Mark. Well, I appreciate it, and well, it was kind of a vision that Ms. Becker and I and our school board kind of started working on, really going back a few years. And, we tried in the past to apply for the designation, and it was just a hard, it's a hard designation to get. And the TEA the application process is really long and tedious. And I won't bore anybody with that part, but long story short, the first two times that we applied for it, we didn't make the cut. But, it was something that Ms. Becker and I and our school board really believed in. And, we just were blessed to be granted this time and fortunate enough to be named an early college high school. And we were one of 44 schools in the state of Texas to earn that designation.
Wow. Oh, man. That is great.
It's a great deal. And to put it in high school and academic terms, in a lot of ways, Mark, becoming an early college high school, it's a game changer for us. It's an opportunity to put a huge feather in the hat at Slaton High School and Slaton Independent School District. And let me just tell you a little bit about the program itself. The program, the way it works, Mark, is you take, typically speaking in the state of Texas, their students are allowed to take dual credit courses beginning when they're juniors, and if they qualify, meet the requirements on what's called the Texas Success Initiative Test, or TSI, which, a lot of people our age might call it, it's familiar to the Accuplacer.
Right, yes, okay.
And what it is, that's no different, and schools all over the state have been able to participate in that dual credit program, where the kids take the test. If they qualify, they're able to take dual credit. Parents will pay a fee, and if they're successful, they earn credits for that class. That's the typical setup in 98% of the high schools across the state of Texas. So we were already doing those things. However, what the early college high school allows you to do is it allows you to begin taking dual credit courses as freshmen, it's an amazing opportunity for our kids. And through a partnership with, our partnership is with the University of Texas at Permian Basin, which is a part of the University of Texas school system. And with that program, an incoming freshman that sticks through the program and does what they're supposed to and gets some help, they can graduate from high school with a high school diploma, but also with 60 hours of college credit.
Oh, yes. Wow.
Yeah, it's an amazing opportunity, and here's the kicker for that, Mark, that people might want to sit down for. Those hours and that opportunity for their students that qualify, those classes are free.
So it won't. They don't have any tuition. They have to pay for it then.
No, there's no tuition.
Wow.
What a game changer for our community, for our kids that participate in the program. And statistics show that when you get out of high school, roughly 50% of students graduate from high school and they go to college. Of that 50%, only 20% of them end up actually graduating from college.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And what the studies actually tell you is that if people are going to drop out, they usually drop out within the first 30 hours of their college career. Mm. And what we're trying to do is get our students out as a first-year freshman in college with over 30 hours and up to 60 hours of college credit, which is going to increase the likelihood that they stick with it, that they graduate from college, and basically change for a lot of people, it'll change their lives.
Yeah, to change the family's destiny, basically, for the entire family. Golly. So the kids, they'll participate this at the freshman, sophomore, junior, senior level.
Right.
And then when they go to college, they already have those hours, and those hours can be used for any college.
Yeah, that's right. And the University of Texas Permian Basin is an accredited university through the Southern Coalition, which is the coalition that recognizes, they articulate each other's credits. So these credits are 100% transferable. Now, what you run into sometimes is sometimes dual credit classes that are taken in high school mark that not every school accepts those. For example, like the University of Texas doesn't accept all dual credit classes.
Right.
However, since the University of Texas Permian Basin is part of the University of Texas system, they do take those courses. And so any of these hours that we're talking about that our students can earn will transfer to literally any university in the state of Texas.
Boy, that is unbelievable. That is incredible. Boy, I see how this is going to attract a lot of people, locally to stick in school, follow through. It's going to be an attraction factor for people that live on the outskirts of the community and other districts to be a part of this. Oh, what a wonderful opportunity.
Yeah, and we are the only early college high school in the region. Shallow Water High School does operate an early college high school. It's formatted a little bit differently, and I'm by no means an expert on what they do, so I won't comment on it because I don't really know their format. But with the exception of Shallow Water, we are the only early college high school in this region.
And go ahead. I'm sorry, Chris. Sorry. So when will this be implemented? This upcoming school year?
It will, yes, sir. The 2015-2016 school year will be the first year of Slaton's early college high school. We are working together, the administration's working together with UTPB and our school board, who met last night, and we're starting to lay out the application and qualification process, because the first thing we got to do is open it up for recruitment and start working on our first class of kids that are going to be enrolled in the early college high school. And it's still going to be at the high school, Mark. It's not going to be a separate building or anything like that. It's going to be a little designated area within the high school where the kids get to participate in the program. So folks that are thinking about applying, they don't have to worry about driving anywhere differently. It's going to be right here at our high school.
Now, did you also who's going to administrate the classes? Who's going to be the instructors?
Here's the way it works. Typically, right now with dual credit classes, most of them are done through distance learning, whether it's ITV or just purely online class. Well, as one of the criteria for early college high school, UTPB had to commit to offering face-to-face instruction on a regular schedule. So what's going to happen for our kids is they're going to have a blended model, meaning they'll have some instruction online, they'll have some instruction interactively, via ITV, but the professors will also be coming down regularly to meet with the classes, and the whole intent is to develop a college-going culture to where someone who may not have that opportunity to go to college, when they leave here, they're going to know what college is about. They're going to know what it's like to study. They're going to know what it's like to be in a classroom with a college professor, because their professors will be coming out and interacting with our students. Yes.
Well, and how are folks going to hear more about this? How are y'all going to get word out? What are you going to do?
Well, we're gonna really focus right now in the short term on the recruitment process, the criteria process, and once we get a solid plan that everybody that the board approves and everybody's comfortable with, we're going to start the recruiting process. And what the TEA recommends is to a first year early college high school is to kind of focus a chunk of your efforts on your first cohort, meaning the incoming freshman class will be they'll compose the bulk of the first class of the early college high school.
I see. So you'll start with the folks getting out of 8th grade right now coming in as freshmen here this next year.
Right, but our board has been so supportive of this that they are willing, they want us to extend and include our juniors, seniors, and sophomores in this application process as well. And we're going to have to do it on a scale that we're comfortable with, Mark, especially this first year. We want it to be a success, and last thing we want to do is enroll too many people and we can't facilitate it the way we need to. It needs to be done right. So that's going to be a focus for us. But folks can look for some information meetings and recruiting meetings where they can come and learn more about it, ask questions, and start the application process. And probably that second week of May is when we'll start that process.
Well, that's neat. And we'll have more right here on myslaton.com, and as things progress, we'll have you back on here sharing with us more details and stuff too, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely. We love it's an amazing opportunity. We're going to get the word out. I'm sure it won't be long before we're in Lubbock newspapers and news, because we are the only one in the region. So it's a feather in our hat. We're excited about the potential and opportunity that it gives our kids, and we're excited about what it could be to Slaton as a whole.
Well, it just keeps getting better, doesn't it? All the time. Slaton ISD improving and on the growth right now.
Yes, sir. Definitely. That's our goal.
Well, thank you for your time today. We appreciate it very much. We look forward to having you back on the program to discuss more about the early college high school program at Slaton ISD.
So thank you, Mark.